This is a tropical area over here.
So that's where it's from.
Which would mean that, I guess maybe this would be more or less...
This is Brampton here.
They had their village right about here. You can see on that map on the wall a little better where the Indian village was. So at the time that the whole of Toronto Township...
We began this program about 3 years ago as a response to a request from a teacher who had a large class that he couldn't bring into the archives due to distance and wanted me to photocopy archival documents for him to use. And we had nothing available. We did it at that time for him. But realized that in doing that, we'd created a resource that perhaps could be used again and again. At the same time, we were finding that being in this building, which has a fairly high profile in the community, teachers were also quite interested in bringing their children in to have a look around. So we realized that we had to have something here as well.
Yeah, that's true. Think also about things like rabies. I mean, did people take their dogs to veterinarians back then? No.
They're shown copies and originals from the collection, and it's done in a chronological basis, so they're learning a little bit about the history of Peel at the same time as they're learning what an archives is all about.
I'm trying to find out where I live.
Or steals.
Where you live, you won't find it.
It's very similar to the terminal.
There's sort of an ooh, ah, when you tell them it's 160 years old, and they don't get that from a copy. So I think that's why it's important that they can look at originals. They're very interested in knowing what we've done to help protect the documents and why certain documents have tears or rips and what we've done to help that. They're interested in the nuts and bolts of it. Certainly anything that they can read themselves, such as letters and diaries, where you're getting a first-hand account from someone of what it was like to be alive at that time.
What does that say?
In Creek?
Okay, in Owl Creek. Friend as you have been.
We have a particular journal we use a lot, and the story in it is about a 14-year-old boy who was a pioneer, son of a pioneer, and the family was heading up into Albion Township, and Joseph tells the tale through a 14-year-old's eyes of what that trip was like. And that's a very unique point of view that they don't get very often. Certainly they don't get through their textbooks.
This is the one on the flooding. Yeah.
Yeah, money is always fascinating. They're always thrilled to know what things cost, and they think if only they could go back with their allowance, you know, and they'd be able to clean up.